In this video, we'll be talking about activities and the importance of showing a lot of activities, especially in leadership, community service, and passion within one area. And hopefully that area is your major. Sometimes it doesn't have to be, but it would be better if it's showing passion in the major. So let's talk about why relating your major to activities that you've done in high school is important. And that's why it's really important to set your activities according to the major. So there are a lot of majors, right, in college. And the most important part right now in high school is figuring out what is a major that you want to choose at this moment in time to apply for college. Because in college, you can still change your major. But the difficult part about this is that as the admission officer, they want to know like why did you choose that major. So we have to link your major with your activities in high school. And a part of the reason why we are doing this is because a lot of the essay questions are related to that. So an example of this is Cornell. Why are you drawn to studying the major you have selected? Please discuss how your interests and related experiences have influenced your choice. So the more that you can logically explain that, the better that your essay will be and the better that your application will be. Columbia, same thing. Two essays. The first one is, what do you value about Columbia? The second one is, tell us from your current and past experiences attracts you to the field of study that you noted. Brown, same thing. Why are you drawn to the areas of study you indicated earlier in the application? So researching on a major and figuring out why that major is interesting to you at this moment in time and relating that to the experiences that you have in high school in terms of activities will be very, very important. So I'm going to give two examples of this. The first one is a student who applied to Penn Urban Studies at University of Pennsylvania about a year ago. That's within the programs of College Arts and Sciences. I would also suggest for every student to look at each of the university's major page, just so that you know what you're going to be doing. And this is an example of that. So let's take a look at more on the activities area. So for Penn Urban Studies major, this particular student have been interested in a lot of the activities that kind of show passion within urban studies. So an example of this is that this particular student was involved in a Kota Tua project, which is the trying to kind of renovate Kota Tua in Jakarta, trying to making it better. And he was involved in this project since grade 10, so 10, 11, 12. He was also a data analyst at Jakarta Smart City, and he also created this modeling of what Kota Tua should look like in 2030. So he learned how to do like a software that will help him to create what the Kota Tua should look like. So he created that and kind of learning it independently. So that's kind of like three things already within his passion within the major. On top of that, community service wise, showing that he volunteered in the trash bank. He also volunteered in a campaign. He was also a lead researcher in a development cafe international where they're developing cafe near Kota Tua. He is also a conference delegate for Speak Up Indonesia. He is the president of Pathway Project in his school. He's also the leader in student support committee, co-captain of varsity volleyball team. So you can tell already that he has a lot of leadership potential, and he's done a lot of leadership experiences, and that's very important as the admission officers are looking at your activities. So keep that in mind. And then the other two are kind of like just a small thing, but it's also related to the major, where it shows his passion in that area. Another student who got into Brown with international relation major. Again, take a look at the page for the university. Take a look at what they're looking for, what the major is all about. Um, and this is just a very, very good kind of like a good habit to start doing. And within this person's activities, he was involved in. So first, he was the founder and director of Citizen in his school. He was also the Jakarta Post writer. He's been doing it for 2 years. Founder of Run Club in his school. He joined the Harvard Model Congress and MUN for the last 2 years. He was the founder of JIN in his school. He basically brought JIN to his school. He's the founder of Bantuyuk Foundation. He's the editor-in-chief of his school newspaper, plays the guitar, and he loves making short movies. Again, in this example, three things that is showing: leadership, community service, and passion in the major. So because his major is international relation, the two things that shows up right away is the HMC and MUN, and then the founder of JIN, which is the Global Issue Network. And that really kind of helped him within the passion of his international relation activity. He's also the founder and director of Citizen, where they organize and teach English, math, and art to low-income community. That's his passion in his, not passion, but like that's within the community service area. But also he's the founder of it, so he's the president. You can tell that he's the founder of three founder of an organization, and that shows his leadership skill. Also the editor-in-chief. So he has four things that shows leadership skill right there, and that shows his potential to be a leader in the future. And he also has some other things that kind of like more of his hobby, which is the Jakarta Post writer, the guitar, and the short movie film, which is okay to put it in, and it shows interest outside of your major, which is fine. The most important thing here is that he has about two things within his passion for the major, four things in the leadership, two things in the community service. Founder of Bantuyuk is also another community service he created. He basically created this game program where the revenue that he's getting is donated to charity. Another thing that I want to show you also is the way that we're describing what people are doing. And this is for the Common App application. So he led a team of 16 members to organize activities. So that lead is kind of like the first word in there, and that is things that we are helping the students with. Of course, trying to make their application more standing out. Wrote articles, founded school's first running club, participated in national international debate competition, founded JIN chapter of his school, created a charity startup through developing mobile app game, responsible for school's newsletter, attended guitar lessons, directed short films. So these are very, very important for sentences to include in your activities.